good evening, everybody. Welcome to a special OCS playoff event. As always, I am Dan Tartaglione, also known as D Tartag1. Joining me tonight from his Minnesota ice cold home of coldness is the Garrett Larson. How you doing tonight, Garrett? So, Garrett is currently muted. He was having some technical difficulties here a second ago. Told him we were going to go ahead and start a little bit, and then we were going to have him come in and join us whenever he was available. Garrett, your microphone is muted, so whenever you're good, just go ahead and let us know. But tonight we have a top 8 match. This match is against Joe Olson, a 2-time world champion, and Bill Kafer, top 8 participant. If you watched in the last round, Joe played against Steve Baroni. After a few turns into that game, Joe was able to beat down Steve to the point of concession. And if you watched Bill versus MHT, that was a really close game. So it looks like the players are ready. Joe is on light side, Bill on dark side. So let's go ahead and get into the game. We have TTO versus Yoda Communing. No real surprise from Joe. He at Worlds, he and his team took this Yoda Communing deck. They had some good success with it and everything. I don't know if it does look like it is that kind of like that Worlds build that he had, where you would run the farm, the cantina, a bunch of Jedi with lightsabers, so that way you had a lot of force generation, a lot of damage potential. Whereas Bill is going with TTO. So this is going to be an interesting match. Let's see who will be victorious. Again, this is game 1. Both players will be playing games 1 and 2 tonight, so we'll have those games back to back. Okay, Bill starting off red hot. There's the Death Star. He's got 5 force to work with. Joe's going to have 8 next turn, unless, of course, Bill can get his Endor Shield V out on the table. Moff Jerajal to the Endor Bunker. That's going to allow Bill to pull out some of the sectors as well as the Endor Shield, taking away 2 icons away from Joe. So in this match, it's really going to come down to damage potential and damage mitigation. If Joe had put Bill even on remotely on TTO, we might see like a relatively unprotected as well as the escape pod combo. Bill probably going to be playing cards like Image of a Dark Lord V, maybe a Dark Waters, some undercover spies. Okay, there's the Endor Shield. Admiral Ozzo going down to the bunker, and combat response as well. Expecting to see a shuttle or something to get both those characters out of the bunker. Bill going down with 2 characters there, so that way he can draw Destiny, just in case Joe has a Lando with Vibro Axe in his hand. Okay, Garrett, you're in. Yeah, you're not muted. You're still muted though. On your end. And it looks like Garrett is in the game. He is watching right now. Looks like he's on his phone. So once we get Garrett squared away, we'll be able to go ahead and get some good commentary from him. Joe activates 6. There's the Cantina out of his reserve deck. He uses Master Yoda to do that. I must be allowed to speak. That's going to get him the farm. And there's a Luke Skywalker, the Last Jedi, down to the Cantina. Joe threatening a possible drain of 3 as long as he can get a lightsaber on that Luke. Bill has a 9-card hand. Let's see if he has anything that he can come down with and mitigate some of that damage. But I am also expecting to see Bill get out maybe a starship here, get out some more sectors onto the Death Star so that way he can get some more activation. Joe takes a card with the I must be allowed to speak. There's Luke's lightsaber off of the Saitor Cal Fast effect. So, like I said, Joe already putting some pressure on Bill, threatening a drain of 3 next turn. So Joe will save 1, pass turn over to Bill, and let's see what TacoBill can do. Again, both these players, Garrett's doing a restart on his Discord. So again, both these players made it out of the top 16. Bill beating MHT, your number 2 seed. Joe defeating Steve Baroni. Bill did take game 1 from Matt Harrison Trainer. And then I believe Matt Harrison Trainer took game 2 off of Bill, but it wasn't enough for Matt to come back and win that match.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I hear you loud and clear, sir.
There we go.
And
I don't know what it was, but now we're good.
Glad you could join us, Garrett. So
glad we could finally make it work.
So what are your thoughts on this matchup? TTO versus Yoda Communing.
So I played TTO at Worlds, and Communing was actually a deck I was somewhat looking forward to facing, because if they don't have more than just a single escape pod, TTO can start rolling damage real quick. I don't love the Moff and Ozzel in the bunker. I'm a little bit worried. Like, that's one of the things you kind of are scared of, because if he can come down and take out the Moff right now, it's going to be a real struggle. You know, and that's why there's some ships you can put him on to get, or the version I ran put him on some ships early, just to stay safer against Communing. But we'll see where it goes. I mean, I don't think Joe's running a ton of spies, so he might be able to dodge it long enough to stay alive.
With the Yoda and the Master Yoda, you can't play Jedi Knights or maintenance cards, so you can still play all of those spies that you have. So, and I know Joe really likes Lando with Vibroaxe, especially on like Tatooine. You might see like a Corn Horn or even like a Jar Jar in this matchup, but I'm not 100% sure on what Joe ran in his Worlds deck. I know the lists are posted. Somebody who would know is Justin Desai, our current world champion and recent retiree from the game, is currently watching.
I mean, once you're retired, you got to keep up on the current meta and figure out who he's hoping to face in the finals.
True.
So, yeah, I would expect Lando with Axe is definitely a card that should be in this Communing, or I would expect to see in this Communing. Simply because the farm and Tatooine setup just is too good. We'll see what else he's got going on here. I'll be kind of curious to see, because I've played my TTO against Bill and Greg and a few other people on their team a few times, so looks like I'm seeing some of it, although I like the bureaucrat play there.
Yeah, so Joe went ahead and drained for 3. Bill did lose 3 to that. He lost a Nemoidian Advisor, Super Laser Mark II, and an Emperor Palpatine from the Force pile, while the first 2 cards were from his hand. But then he had the Enter the Bureaucrat, so he didn't pull any shields or anything to pull that. So Joe went in there with essentially blind, like not knowing that it was there. So now that drain, that was a drain of 3, is going to be capped at a drain of 1. So smart play by Taco. So you lose.
Yeah, and that puts Bill in a great position to just get ahead, because this is really going to turn quickly into just a damage race, and capping one of those drains is going to be real valuable.
Okay, so, and as Justin points out in the chat, he does have the farm right there. Luke can run over to the farm, start draining for 2 there. The other thing is, now that Mace Windu's there, now Joe can start draining for 2 at the docking bay.
Yep.
And I think if you're Bill, losing the Nemoidian Advisor from hand tells me that he's got the system in his hand or he's got access to it in some way.
Now, I'd be a little curious if he's running the Naboo system or if he's running like Tatooine to try and take advantage of Tarkin's orders and just really shut down those drains at the related sites. I know that was something I had in mind that did a ton of work at Worlds for me. And if he put Joe on this farm build, which I think you got to assume he would be, that'd be wouldn't be a bad meta choice. So we'll see what he does with it. I mean, yeah, he can move around the cantina. Losing the cantina drain isn't a be all end all like Justin was saying, but it does slow him down a little bit and it lessens his max damage.
Oh, so Joe's going to go ahead and play Incensed Recoil and Fear. That's going to shuffle up, and he does that after Bill takes out the reactor core from his deck with Moff Jerejao.
Yeah, that was big. That's going to slow him down potentially a turn, which is
smart play by Joe. Shows why he's a 2-time world champion, and he made his third straight top 4 just this past year.
Yeah, and Dylan in chat saying if he'd had a ship in hand, should have gone to Endor right away. I'm wondering if Bill maybe didn't have a ship to put them off on. Because, yeah, if you do, that's definitely the play, just to start. It's a damage race stack, and you just start pounding damage as quick as you can.
Now, the nice thing for Bill is he does have a 13-card hand, so he put a lot of cards back and got a lot of cards back into his hand after that. So
he's got a chance at it. It'll be interesting. He may be able to see if he activated it too,
and the other thing is
if he's got like a bounty or something to go get it.
And the other thing is Bill had the system in his hand. Like if he had the system in his hand, it goes away as well. Like like I said, we just saw him pitch the Nemoidian Advisor to the trade. So that was really bad for Bill there, and it was really good smart play by Joe. So we'll see if that comes back to hurt Joe here. I mean, I really don't see how it would hurt him outside of maybe like Bill getting like an image of the Dark Lord or Dark Waters to reduce one of those drains, even an undercover spy.
I mean, if I'm Joe, I would trade giving him the image of the Dark Lord for slowing down TTO by at least a turn 100% of the time. Like that would be it's like, it might not be an ideal fit. Your ideal would be that he misses everything on that redraw, but if I can take that in trade, I would. No question. So Bill obviously searched to see what was in that use pile.
Okay.
And then he dumped Bureaucrat. My guess is he realized, the draw was take a shot at it.
And again, he can just simply get the Bureaucrat back, whether with the fanfare shield.
Yep.
So, I mean, that it does telegraph to Joe that he has the card in his hand, but at the same time, though, if you're Joe, you're going to play around that and only drain for 2.
Yeah. Like, if you're just capping all the drains at 2 so they don't get bureaucrated, that's not really the worst thing ever either.
Okay, so Bill goes ahead and gets his Slave 1 symbol of fear from his deck. There's the Emperor Shuttle. Again, he lost the Emperor to a drain last turn. But he's got a second one.
He lost an Emperor to a drain last turn.
Yeah, one Emperor. Lord Maul with lightsaber going down to the Cantina. Interesting.
With Phantom Menace to back him up.
And being that Luke and Mace are already on the table, The biggest threat is like an Anakin, Padawan learner, or like a Rey with lightsaber, possibly even Qui-Gon with lightsaber.
And Rey and Anakin ignore Phantom Menace, so that's
Mm-hmm.
a plus for them.
And now it's putting a little bit more pressure onto Joe.
Yep.
And with the Phantom Menace model is if he's facing down a Jedi, he's immune to attrition and he's defense value +8. So Joe's going to have to play around that in some fashion. Now he could simply just move Luke over there, but then if he just does that, you have to worry about Maul running away to the farm.
Yeah, I mean, Justin said in chat, I don't hate that play, and I think he's 100% right. Like, set up battle order and make Joe figure something out because he's not really activating that much force.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's activating 12. If he wants to drain, now he's got 6 force to work with.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, but as Justin pointed out in the chat, Run Luke Run is kind of a bad card here. But I mean, at the same time, though, like that would make Maul immune to attrition and defense value +2.
And Run Luke Run's always going to be a bad card. Like anytime you go down to, anytime you come after a site like that where Luke could run to, you've got to know that card might be coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I see Justin saying he might have gone to Endor and just faced off Mace.
With 2 swings?
Yeah, I don't know that I would have. I think I like going to the Cantina better because with a 6-card hand, he just had to redraw. I think there's less of a chance of the Run Luke Run than there is of Mace with 2 swings being able to do something bad at some point.
But at the same time, though, I mean, Justin saying that, he's coming from the perspective of he just won Worlds, whereas you and I played in the Constellation.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, the speak and getting all the tunnel.
Okay, here we go. Joe going to play. He's going to attempt to Neighbor and Lee's here. He draws Padme for a 3. Neighbor and Mace Windu is going to go over to the Cantina in front of Lord Maul,
which I think guarantees a Run Luke Run.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
But Bill has his own sense.
Nice play by Bill.
Yeah, even though he has the there is no Tri Shield, yes, he's going to lose 2, but that's going to allow Bill or Maul to live to fight another day possibly.
And I would happily lose 2 there.
Mm-hmm. He does draw a Maul Sith Infiltrator. He loses limited resources from his hand. There's a card we don't see a lot of.
Yeah, that's
that is some spicy Bill Taco tech.
That's a good card though, especially in match play. Even if you're losing, to force them to stay in at least 3 cards in hand, like differential's a thing. Even if you're losing a little bit, if they get you catch them getting a little too spicy on trying to get their hand low, just cut it by 4 is kind of nasty.
Yeah. Now Joe is attempting to recollect himself here.
Joe was
still in his control.
I don't think Joe was expecting that sense.
No.
So he's got 5 cards in hand, and we know he doesn't have Padme.
No, he does not.
Which, I mean, there's a limited number of characters he's running in that deck, though.
Qui-Gon, Anakin, Rey, some form of Leia.
Yeah. And that's about it. And
yep, there's one.
We knew. Yep. I think we knew that one because he
did search for it last turn.
He searched for it after he recoiled.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Joe could be in a bad spot of his hand was all red.
Okay.
Maybe not
too bad because with Solo, I mean, now you take away from the Phantom Menace, but at the same time, I mean,
I'm not sure I'd battle.
There's the barriers that are going to keep Maul around.
Honestly, I'm perfectly happy with that barrier because I think if I'm Joe, I'm going to just solo the sense recoil from Lost after Bill pulls a card, after Bill pulls that
got a,
sector.
got a little bit of banter from Joe saying in the chat he's stymied at every turn.
Yeah.
He like you said though, he's not in a bad situation. Oh, Bill pulls his a useless gesture shield, so I mean, if it's going to cost Joe
It's
an
one
extra
force.
force, so you have to pay 4 for it. So that if he wants to do that, that's going to allow Joe's only going to have to.
Looks like Bill was thinking he was going to use it to stop neighboring and forgot he'd grabbed it.
Or that could be Bill just being cheeky, to throw Joe off a little bit.
Also very possible. Bill is a sneaky gentleman.
He
so
is, especially after he's had a few adult beverages.
Yeah, and it is, almost 7:30 there. So
yeah,
I could definitely see that being the case. But
sounds like you're opening one too.
There is a distinct possibility of that. Yes. So
Joe is moving the card. He's using his Communing Epic Event. He's moving the card down to the bottom. He did make the mistake last turn, so.
And I think he did the same thing this turn because he had to do a revert and did it again.
Okay, so Joe draws only 1, saving 4. So again, like you called it, he could be doing what you just said.
I mean, like you want to use solo for a maximum effect play,
and he's
yep, there it
about
goes.
to do that. Yep.
Slowing that again helps. Although, so Bill's going to be drawing another 10 out of 36. So there's a chance.
There is a chance.
We'll find out how excited Bill is.
Now, Bill is going to be able to drain for free, though, with the Emperor in the shuttle at the indoor system.
Yep.
Joe plays leadership. Let's see. Probably going to grab, General Leia Organa.
Yep. Just to have a character, because I'd assume we'll see Maul move away here.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what else Bill grabbed. I mean, I don't foresee Bill doing anything else. So Bill did not search yet with Endor Ops to verify what was in his deck. Oh, okay, there he went with Force Lightning instead.
Yeah. Now, and like you were saying, he is going to probably move Maul away here, but we now know that Joe has a General Leia in his hand, so could possibly come down and fight with that. Joe did lose quite a mercenary off the top of his deck to the drain, so if Bill comes down with like a spy, that's one less card than he has against those spies.
Yeah.
Again, the popular one that Joe might have is like a sorry about the mess. We'll see what happens here. Again, we're in Bill's control phase. We just saw him drain for 2 at the indoor system. Again, Joe played the Sense and Recoil and Fear after Bill used Moff Jerichow to pull a Death Star 2 sector, slowing Bill down quite a bit. Kylo Ren with lightsaber coming down.
Okay. That was kind of going to be the question, is what did Bill end up with in hand if he wanted to go at him on the ground? He's got a chance.
Bill swinging Lord Maul at Luke. Draws a 5 for the first Destiny. Let's see if Joe is going to cancel it.
I don't think Joe cancels until the second one.
Mm-hmm. And then he draws another 5.
Now he cancels it.
Yep, Joe cancels. I'm a little surprised to see Kylo swing at Luke. Bill draws another 5. That's going to hit.
Maul swung at Luke. Maul swung at Luke.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Maul swung at Luke.
He was saving Kylo for the solo swing.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems like the better position.
Yeah. It was the better target, and he had Maul swing first to force Luke to waste the cancel and redraw to make it even more likely to hit solo.
Bill's playing really good these last 2 games. I'll tell you, these last 3 games, I should say, so far.
Bill's just trying to get that bracket buster title.
He's the 15th.
He took out MHT. If he takes down Joe, it's gonna be a lot of unhappy people with George Mason University or whatever he was, but whatever that like 15 seed that went to the 8 a few years ago, or didn't they go to the 4?
I think it was at least the 8. Okay, Luke is
So
going to swing at Maul. He needs at least an 8 here. Draws a 3.
yeah,
So he's going to need a 6 or higher. And a 4. That will
that's not going
not
to get
hit
there.
Maul.
That is actually, I think, really big.
Mm-hmm. Kylo swinging at Solo. Needs a 3 to hit Solo. Oh, draws a 0. That's not good.
Yeah, but this deck's got so many big numbers.
And a 5. Yep. That's still going to hit the Solo and cause a point of ping damage. Both of those characters are forfeit 0 for Joe.
So. I'll be honest, I'm really looking forward to the rest of this game and seeing how Joe climbs out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's in a bad spot right now, I think, with 4 cards in hand. Phantom Menace Maul sitting on table. Like,
yeah.
He's not in a good spot.
Bill draws another 5. That's going to be a 6 with Lord Maul's game text.
He's likely going to peel some overflow here.
Yeah.
As well.
No, that draws
only a
7.
couple.
It's a 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's still. He had to draw a 7 to only peel 2. That's
something. And Dylan points out in the chat that he still has Leia, he's going to be able to retrieve for free with her.
Yeah.
So, but like you said though, Joe only has a 4-card hand, and we saw that Bill is playing barriers in his deck, and we saw that again with those 2 Sense and Recoil Fears, Bill could have another barrier in his hand very possibly, or very easily. There goes an Unita off the top, and there's a Lando of Vibroaxe.
There went the last by Lando. Yep.
So that's gonna take away 1 card from Joe with his I Must Be Allowed to Speak pools. But again, Leia's going to allow him to have one.
I think that means Joe might have a Luke in hand though, because otherwise I think he would have lost the 2 Force first to put Luke on top of Lost Pile, just so then you could retrieve it with Leia.
I mean, you could have retrieved it with the Yoda game text once per game.
Yeah.
And then you could have just retrieved it on Bill's turn, played the Luke, got the saber back. So
yeah.
So I think that would have been the better play for Joe. So
if he needed the Luke back, that's what I'm saying. Is I think the fact that he lost Luke and then peeled tells me he doesn't think he needs to get back Luke.
Yeah. But without the saber, that's 1 less saber. Like, he's only going to have 2 more sabers left, maybe a Leia's gun.
Yeah.
And Bill just played Point Man there to take a specific card out of his force pile. Tells me that he's looking for something, maybe a barrier. Because he knows that Joe might only have 1 card in his hand. Bill saves 3. He's got a 12-card hand. Let's see what he's going to do here. Okay, Joe can drain for 2 at the docking bay by paying 3.
Nope.
Let's see if he does that. I would only give him 10 cards to work, 10 force to work with this turn with a 4-card hand. I don't think draining here is the best thing to do if you're Joe, because you want to start building up more cards from your force pile.
So I mean, you need some more cards in hand, but
yeah, he does move past his control phase, uses Master Yoda to check out his destiny, misses a pool, and there's the General Leia coming down to the cantina. Bill with the snap barrier.
With the barrier, yep.
See, does Joe have another sense here? Nope. Leia, barriered, will not be able to battle or move this turn.
Does he have is he going to get another guy that draws destiny?
Well, he does have a 4-card hand now that he took a card out of his used pile.
Yeah. And there's a card of his choice out of those 4, so he might be able to.
And he's still got... Okay, there's Rey coming down.
Do we have another barrier?
I was going to say, if we see another barrier here, Bill's looking really good. Ray taking a card out of Joe's use pile. Again, Joe gets the first action here. Then the barrier comes in after the card is chosen.
Hmm.
Action is on.
Yep, looks like that's a no-go on the other barrier, so.
Yep. Probably going to see.
Wonder what if Bill was looking for a Grievous there that just wasn't in those 2 forests that are active.
Grievous would have been good. General/Admiral Thrawn would have been okay. But
he got Thrawn once already.
Yes, but then after the 2
and then it
recoils,
got sent back twice. Yeah.
To answer your question, yes, Leia will still retrieve. Then she is excluded from the battle.
Yeah, she's not an option. She's not an optional, so it's an automatic, and they all happen at the same time. So,
there's
just like Dylan said, he's got to choose it the right way.
Yes.
But if he chooses to have Leia retrieve first and then barrier hit, he can do that.
Yeah, and I think Joe is smart enough as a player to do it that way.
Yeah, I think Joe is.
Okay, Anakin's lightsaber onto Rey, so she's going to have the possibility of swinging and hitting Lord Maul here.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure I love that play.
The fight here?
The Anakin saber. If you're going to start a fight there, it's Rey versus Maul.
Yeah.
And it would be shocking if that doesn't turn into a just both sides clear.
Well, I mean, Leia's still going to be stuck around, but the thing is, then you have
yeah, but you're going to lose
Leia
the Anakin saber.
Yeah, and that's what the important.
Well, and you lose the Anakin saber, which is also
another lightsaber down,
potentially bad. Yeah,
Timo.
I mean, if you don't battle, I don't know what you're doing here.
Yeah, Timo. If he has the Sari, the Clash here. Well, I mean, the Clash wouldn't do him so much. He would have to have the Sari, and
yeah.
You got to think if you're Bill, maybe an imbalanced combo to protect yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if he's got the Sari combo, there's only so many cards Bill can have in deck and in hand.
Yeah, Force Field would be good. Force Field would be really good.
I'd say an imbalanced combo is way more likely than Force Field.
Yeah.
It's.
But Joe is thinking, I mean, both players right now are sitting about 32 minutes on their timer, so both players are taking their time, but at the same time, they're not slow playing, which is good.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't think anyone would accuse either of them of slow playing.
I would.
This is a game where there's been a few spots that are just a hard decision.
Okay, Ray taking the card off the bottom. Joe should know what it is. Okay. That's
he commune for it.
Yeah, that's smart. Playing the weapon lev protection shield.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're Bill, what would you? I mean, what card did you take out to play limited resources?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure weapon lev.
Yeah.
Is really in play.
No.
There, but at the same time, he ran the Death Star cannon. He's probably running at least one of the Baron's cannons.
Ooh.
Like, weapon lev wouldn't be the most terrible thing.
No, Bill.
Oh,
speak of the devil.
Missing on that swing might have hurt if he did have the Sari.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he may actually end up taking a couple points of overflow again here.
Yeah.
Just in this battle.
Yep. Ray's gonna be hit.
I think he got her.
I think he got her. That 9 is last time I checked, 9 was greater than a 4. I mean, I might need to go back to grade school, relearn some grade school math, but I think it's.
I went to public school, but that's how the math always worked on my end. So
I went to Catholic school.
Okay, so you're probably better at math than.
No. Oh. Trust a 1.
So it turns into a 2 with Ray, 2 to the total.
So he's definitely taking some overflow here.
Because, Lord Maul's going to add 1 to it as well. Ouch.
Oh, that's a lot of overflow. That's going to bring him Bill up to 13. Joe down by 7.
Ooh.
And he initiated this fight.
Yeah.
There goes Chewie Protector.
Yep. And there goes Phantom Menace that Bill can now start tracking that 7 around if he needs to. So I'm sure he's got a control set for stun floating around. Ooh.
Maybe one. There goes Weapon Lev, Rey, Lando with Vibro-X, Speak with the Jedi Council, Speak with the Jedi Council, BB-8, and then Rey at the end. Anakin's lightsaber sitting on the top, though.
My guess is he's going to Yoda or Walkling for Anakin's lightsaber then.
No, he hasn't done it yet. Life Force count, 27 for Bill. Joe sitting at 23. Bill finally getting the reactor core into his hand, possibly? No!
Yeah, Joe saved 3/4.
Joe says no! No, sir!
Joe is going to then Walkling back that sense.
Yep.
Bill has got to just be hating that card right now.
I know.
I'm just envisioning Bill just swearing at his computer right now. Just that card.
I can see it.
I mean, what else are you going to do?
I don't know. Short range fighter. And he is playing the Tatooine system. We saw that earlier in the fight against Luke and Han. So that possibility of like Tarkin's orders, as you mentioned earlier, is live.
Yeah. Went and got the Slave 1 symbol of fear again. Wonder if he's going to use an Endor shield pull again to go get Thrawn.
He can't.
Did he use both of them already?
He used both already this game.
I think I missed the first one when I was having the computer struggles.
Now,
I didn't know if he open-handed Ozzel or not.
Yeah, Bill will drain for 2 here at the Endor system. I mean, why not? You're putting more pressure on Joe. Joe with 3 cards in his hand.
Yeah.
There goes. He loses a Wisa got a Grand Army and a Control Tunnel Vision. Wisa from his hand. Control from the top of his reserve deck. Almost said his control.
I think that control could have been pretty useful.
Yeah.
You know, even just to save a force or save a damage.
Pull a necessary card.
Yeah.
But again, Joe only has 2 cards in his hand. And Leia is not the sturdiest character around.
Yeah, I mean, if Bill's got some... Oh.
There's a U-3PO. And like I said, he lost...
Going simple with it.
Yeah, he lost the Quite a Mercenary earlier this game. So, again, Joe only going to be able to do 2 points of damage. But again, like you said, Joe is putting back so many... Yeah, if he draws into target...
I gotta think he might be out of putting cards back now, though. Because he's lost both sense recoils. Because I can't imagine he's running more than 2. The one's sitting on Useless Gesture and the other is buried in his lost pile.
Yeah.
So I think next turn, Bill might be able to build the Death Star finally.
Hopefully. The real question is he going to be able to find his system so that he can move the Death Star 2 to start doing TTO damage?
That's going to be the other thing, because I think if he had the system, he'd have played it already.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think the activation would have been nice, and I think the extra point of damage.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't thrown, especially after Joe has no cards left in his force pile, gone with like the Slave 1 down to the docking bay, moved both those characters out, and then shuttled them up.
I don't know that there's a need to. Like, I think at this point you're not worried about the Moff and Ozzel getting beat down.
Oh, there's
the Tarkin's orders
Bill,
to cancel the Endor,
but it's grabbed, so you're essentially losing
the right grab.
1, but
yeah,
you're fine with that.
That was a real good grab.
Okay, Padme coming down. Bills did save 5 cards so that U3PO is going to be able to move around a little bit. And the neighboring leads is stacked on Bill's grabber.
Yep.
I don't know if you're Joe, why you would put Padme down like that.
Yeah, I'm wondering, did I miss why Bill got to verify
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Joe's reserved? Okay. Like,
Yeah, there's nothing in the chat that says it, so.
and it just kicked it, and it says Joe just verified Bill's reserve deck.
That's because Bill just searched with the Emperor.
Okay. I missed that one.
But now Joe is
because I was just so confused about it.
Yeah, Joe is finally drawing some cards.
Not even bothering to. I don't think you want to separate them. Not even bothering to move them and try and. Which I think is the right thing.
Yeah.
You know.
You really can't.
Yeah, spending 2 to move them doesn't help you any.
Yeah. Because, like I said, the U3PO is just going to stick around.
Yep.
Like Bill or Joe would need to find a lightsaber or Leia's gun, and a sorry about the mess to get rid of that little droid. Or
yeah, I think it might have just been Leia alone is in a bad spot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Leia alone is pretty scared of just P-59 and a deck that's full of 5s.
True. And here we go. Bill has the reactor core. Joe does not have the force to play the sense and recoil and fear.
That we know about. Like, give it some time.
Well, something might happen. I mean, if he had, like, what? He would need, they're tracking us plus another thing to activate a force that I can't think of, like, Lightside has, so.
I don't think there is, but I'm just.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think Bill's taken anything for granted that, you know.
I wouldn't.
It might still be there.
Yeah, he does drain for 2.
So Bill activated, I think, to that Phantom Menace.
There's a good one. Thank you, Justin.
Well,
milk.
Yeah. But then he searched, so I don't think he can be tracking. I'm wondering.
Yeah. Okay.
Why he didn't activate more.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah. But again, he searched for the reactor core, so he didn't know what was in there.
There's the Nemoidian advisor with the Tatooine system. Right. Okay, here we go, Bill.
Now things are getting spicy.
Now it's cooking. And an image of the Dark Lord. Oh my gosh.
So now, though, like,
Joe's
I guess
he's going to pay 3 to drain for 1?
Yeah.
See, this is where I would have put the slave 1 down. So.
Yeah, and that's what Bill didn't activate a lot, which makes me wonder. Like that's what I was a little confused about. Was
he had the advisor, he had the core, so that way, and he had to pull both of them from the deck, so the odds were greater that both of them would be in the deck. I mean, Justin just said that in the chat. So. Okay, the Emperor does move over to Tatooine.
Yeah, and that makes sense. That might have been the only.
Joe activates everything.
Might have been his only play.
Yeah. Bill sitting with 20 cards in Life Force. Joe drains for 1.
And I'm sure that's coming out of Bill's hand.
Yeah. 10-card hand. Yep, he loses Saber 4 from his hand.
Yeah, I think Bill's not scared of Joe doing anything in space right now.
Yeah, and you really can't be. Okay, there's a Leia's blaster.
There's Leia's gun. There's the other Luke.
Yep, and both of Luke's lightsabers are in the lost pile.
Yep.
And he already did his once per game pull with Luke, so he can only draw cards from his force pile. Chewie and Lando are both in the lost pile as well, so he's not going to be able to pull anything with them.
I think Bill's in a commanding spot here.
With 20 force in his life force? Yes, he is.
Like, Joe's going to start doing some damage.
He's only going to be doing 2 points of damage, and Bill has a 10-card hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, if he's got the sorry about the mess, He's gonna be doing 4.
True.
But the thing is, Bill's doing at least 3 coming back.
Yep. And the thing is, Joe. I mean, Joe only has 10 cards in his life force. He would have to pay eventually. Yeah. He's gonna have to start losing cards from his life force and not just his hand. He did just lose Luke and we still got a Grand Army from his hand. I'm expecting to see Bill drain here, possibly throw out the Slave 1, putting some more damage onto Joe. Oh, no. Plays Durkin's Bounties. We shall double our efforts might be in play here.
Yeah, that'd be...
Or something to protect U-3PO with.
Or a pilot to get another drain going at Endor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, even an empty starship at this point, like if you can drop an empty starship and just walk the Moff and Ozzel over.
No, Bill going a little spicy.
All right.
Bill going really spicy.
With the Phantom Menace again.
The Phantom Menace.
I don't hate that play at all.
No.
Like he's effectively +3 power.
BB-9E. So that would protect against Rose and BB-8. And it's a card he... So I think Bill has to be careful because during move phase may place into break cover of all undercover spies here. So if he puts it back, that breaks the cover of U-3PO.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to...
I don't think Bill knows
I'm not sure
that.
he's... Well, we'll find out because I'm not sure that he isn't just... putting him down to preemptive against Rose or BB-8. Like, we already saw him lose BB-8.
Yeah. Okay, Bill draws 2 5s.
So
Luke should cancel the second one.
Yep.
Nope.
Oh. All right, so...
Luke is hit.
He must be thinking he'd rather cancel the Battle Destiny draw. Like, if he thinks the Destiny's... That next one's like a 5.
Yeah.
Or he's sitting on a Hujix and just said it doesn't matter.
I don't know. Or he could be just so dejected he's just ready to scoop here.
Yeah, I see Justin saying he would have put BB-8 at the same site just to have the extra 4 forfeit and 2 power.
Yeah, he does cancel that. Bill draws into another 5. So Bill tracking around 5 like it's his day job.
TTO plays a lot of 5s, like
so
Bill might not be doing all that much tracking and just sort of counting on the I'm gonna draw real good all the time.
So Joe again is gonna have to peel 9 here, unless he's got the Hujix. Tarkin goes to the lost pile.
I will say I don't think Bill's planning to just cycle the BB-9.
I really hope not, because that would be bad.
That'd be bad, but it's also like...
Yeah.
I don't think there's any real reason for it, because he would have just lost the...
Oh, Joe is peeling. There goes a
because otherwise he'd have just lost it from hand to a drain.
Yeah. I mean, it has the potential to up his life total, but at this point, Joe is losing, let's see, Padme, 3PO, Meditation, Blaster Deflection, sorry, Qui-Gon's Lightsaber from hand.
Oh.
Yeah,
he's too loaded to play Qui-Gon
he's too low. Run, Luke, run.
From hand. He was sitting on the Run, Luke, run for a while.
There goes Luke. Luke goes onto the communing objective, the effect.
And why not?
Why not? The epic event. He is going to retrieve one with Master Yoda. So he retrieves Luke's bionic hand, and he's going to retrieve with the Walkling. Yeah, it keeps the lost pile smaller.
And he'll have 2. He's got a 6 and 7 down there now if he...
Yeah, but he's got a 2 card
needs to worry about those.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Bill does it!
Bill.
Oh, my God, Bill.
Well, let's see if Bill knew that he was doing that and was okay with that. I mean, honestly...
Nope.
Bill did not know.
No, he did not know.
Like, it
Well,
wasn't I don't think it's going to have super long-term
it's. I don't think so either. But
ramifications.
when you're cooking like that,
Making a mistake feels
yeah,
bad.
it does. But like you said, I mean, like Justin says, it's fine. Uh,
Yeah,
Joe would have to like.
it's
If you think about it, Joe has to pay if he wants to drain. It brings him down to 5 forced to work with, and he loses from his
yeah,
hand. He's got a 6-card hand. Yeah, Bill's sitting fine.
yeah.
It's
That's
just
honestly
it's
like
just more that the fact that like we saw it coming. Okay, there
Bill's
goes.
like, oops.
Yep, Barons from Hell, Slave 1 from hand.
So I think Bill's deciding he's not
Yeah,
even going to deploy another ship. He doesn't
I
need
wouldn't.
to.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, you're potentially doing 5 points of damage. That would bring Joe down to 5. I mean, he
I
wouldn't be
mean, Joe
able.
will get one more turn of drains. Joe should be able to get one more turn of drains in.
No, Joe's only going to be. Yeah, he's only going to be able to
Oh
do
no, you're
1.
right. The
Yeah,
5, if he does get a full 5 through.
yeah. I don't think if
I'm
you're.
wondering if he doesn't move
I don't think you.
Leia and Padme.
I don't think you can. Oh, he is going to.
I think you have to.
Okay.
Is he moving just Leia?
I don't like. I don't like that at
I don't
all.
like that at
I don't
all.
like that at all.
I really don't like that. Unless well, he knows what his destiny are.
Yeah. I mean, Bill's going to be
So,
doing 3 points of damage here.
4. He'll do 3 with TTO because
Oh
Maul's
yeah,
at a battleground.
yeah. So he's doing 4 points of damage. That's going to bring Joe
Yeah,
down to 5.
5 cards
So
total.
Joe would only be able to drain for 1. So I think you move Maul in front of Padme, and you lose 1 from hand.
Yeah, that's
And I think Bill should win by 18 or by 20.
yeah.
Taco Bill. No respect during the draft, but he's clearly
Yeah.
showing everybody respect the taco.
That Bill is trying to bust up a lot of brackets.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, Sam says Bill moves Maul, and I think I don't see any upside to battling right now.
No.
I mean, well,
Yeah. Why not
so
be
if he
safe?
battles there,
Just be safe.
worst case scenario, he loses Maul and he sends Phantom Menace back,
Yeah.
and Joe can do 3 damage, which Bill could lose all from hand,
Oh, then it would have been by 21.
and then have him by 21 instead of 20.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yep. Joe's going to drain. He's draining at the docking bay. He activates everything, so he's not going to be able to battle. And then Bill's just going to put Joe at 2. Yeah, I think if you're Bill, next turn you fight with Maul.
Yeah, I think if he gives you the opening, you fight with
You
Maul
fight with Maul.
because you can't get overflowed, and then you just lose him and stack Phantom Menace and call it a day.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Joe has 3 cards left. Padme won't draw Destiny.
Yeah, if he doesn't
Yeah.
draw Destiny, he just loses Padme, and
Well, I think you still swing.
Bill keeps Maul, which is fine.
Yeah. You still swing.
See, I didn't love that losing.
Okay, never mind.
3 there.
Bill will
Yeah.
win by 20 after he. Yeah. So, Bill.
Yeah.
Victorious for game 1. Wow.
Oof.
What a game.
And 20 is going to be a big.
20 is going to be tough.
20 is a big number. I mean, Joe's. You're never going to count out Joe.
20.
But
So 15 to 38 in loss piles.
yeah.
So, well done, Bill Kafer.
Congratulations, Taco Bill.
Okay,
Getting another
so
big win. And
looks like we are going to take a short break. And then we will have game 2.
All right.
Bill is putting up the stats. So Bill did ask in the chat if we're going to take a short break. Joe has not confirmed or denied one way or another.
It looks like Joe put a new table up right away, but I'm sure Joe's fine with waiting a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So
Before we go into that, let's go ahead and check up on our bracket really quick. Justin Desai will face off against Paul Myers in the top 8. Zimowit Skawara versus Gavin Ortland. We're clearly watching the Bill Kafer versus Joe Olson match, and then Bastion Winklehouse versus Mike Kessling in our final match. Zimowit and Gavin upset over Brad and Connor, whereas Bill Kafer upset Matt Harrison Trainer. So let's go ahead and back out really quick. Yep.
So I don't think Justin versus Paul Myers is set yet.
I don't
Paul's
think so either.
got a rematch against Greg that's got to be set up because there was some question with deck lists. So,
and then,
but
yeah,
looks like
checking up on our other schedule, we have Bastion and Mike this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. They will be playing both games, so make sure everybody tunes into that one. And it looks like they went ahead and started up the game.
We got Agents of the Black Sun against Yoda Muning.
Yoda Muning. Everybody likes the Yoda Muning. Okay. While this is happening, I'm going to go grab myself something to drink. Please take us over.
All right. So, while Dan goes to procure a beverage, let's see pretty standard start from both players, I think. Jedi Business instead of I must be allowed to speak. So this isn't going to be Bill's version of the Team 5 farming Yoda deck. So we'll see what he's got going on here. I'd assume this means it'll be pulling probably the Naboo 2-2 and or 3-2 sites, and Joe playing Agents. It could be interesting. Agents is definitely a deck that can put out a lot of power and pull out a win by 20 or 21 without too much trouble. So we'll see how this goes. Standard start for Joe. Getting Imperial Square, probably looking to pull a Vigo.
And I
Bill did not Goldenrod, so
free Emperor is always nice.
Not having to pay 2 for the Emperor is probably good because that means he can get his Vigo and get his sights with the Vigo and be set to activate a whole bunch next turn.
Yeah, if this is Luke in space, I think you're right. Like, this is going to be an interesting match and everything. Joe, the fact that he could bug with the OBS is kind of sad, but we'll see. Hopefully, our Jet Slicers and Adam Fletcher and all the other good people that do all what their wonderful stuff does, maybe they hopefully fixed it, but we'll see.
Yeah. All right, so he's getting Chizor's bounty. I'm wondering, did he not grab? He's grabbing the other site. Just making absolutely sure it was there.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd hope it doesn't bug out on him. That would be an unfortunate way to end. Yeah, if this is Space Luke, this is going to be an interesting game. If he's running Old Man Luke.
Even Master Luke would be really good against this matchup, but I mean, you really can't play Master Luke with Jedi Business. So, we'll see. This is the new allies. They are great and numerous, so they like to do weird stuff with their decks.
Yep.
Okay, there's Force Lightning from Joe.
And Ryan commented in chat, it suggests Space Luke, and I think he's right, because Jedi Business, you're not going to use Old Man Luke and not use the Saber.
Okay.
So
Let's see. While we're into Bill's deploy phase, Garrett, let's go ahead and give out our token for these two matches. What do you suggest is a good token?
I'm kind of thinking Sense Recoil.
Yeah.
Sense and Recoil and Fear. That was
a good one. Three times.
That was fun. Just seeing how much,
how Joe can just slow down Bill as much as possible.
Bill just getting choked
a
whole bunch with that early. All right, so he's going.
Interesting.
Who does he have with Anakin to get around Shizor, though?
Only got 2 Force. Joe is thinking about the bounty here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this play that much.
I'm just curious where he's going with it. Like, if I'm Joe, I don't know that I worry about the bounty because, like, Anakin by himself isn't necessarily terrifying.
But if he's got, like, say, Clash, or if he's got, like, Sorry About the Mess, that would really ruin Joe's day.
Yeah, if he had that immediate play, that would end badly for Joe.
Yeah.
Or for Bill for Joe in a real quick manner.
I mean, at the same time, though, Joe has an 8-card hand. He's generating an 11. Anakin by himself is not that scary.
No, I mean, agents can drop a lot of power real quickly. Although meditation's going to make it a little more interesting.
Now, the only thing is, though, it still doesn't work with Shizor there.
Yeah, I mean, he's...
Yeah, I think if you're Bill, you want to be...
I feel like Bill's telegraphing a clash.
He's telegraphing something.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't necessarily stick around. Okay.
Yep, and there he moved away, which makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, now he can't really clash here. Oh, and he draws up the last card. Okay, no players are going to be pulling there. It doesn't look like Bill's going to be pulling Battle Plan here. He might. The only thing is, Joe's still going to do 1 point of damage with the objective.
Yeah, I'm not... The thing is, depending on what Bill's got for space and how he deploys it, Joe can pretty easily turn Coruscant into a battleground.
Yeah. Okay, Bill will lose Qui-Gon Jinn, Serene Jedi, and an R2-D2 in Red 5, both off the top of his deck. Joe looking at his force pile, determining what he wants to get into. Again, with the Shadows of the Empire effect, he's going to be able to just draw a card from his force pile at any time. And with his objective, he can actually track down to see what cards are in there to take out whenever he wants. So, any thoughts on, like, why Joe went with this deck? Especially when you're down by 20.
I mean, I think the decks were kind of... Did they have to submit deck lists before this round, I thought? Yeah, so, like, he didn't get to decide ahead of time. I think if he put Bill on Space Luke, agents can be a real nasty...
It looks like Joe's not going to have to worry about that
matchup for him. So, yep, and that's exactly what Steve Buscemi just said. Team 5's expecting space, and agents is tough if you can't get Luke on the ground.
Very true. That's a good point.
So,
or you just play old allies. Play Ray.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think you can play old allies and Communing at the same time. So this is
not yet. I don't know. I mean, D&D is making some overpowered stuff yet.
Joe breaking the please no cursing on Twitch rule.
Hey,
we'll have a chat with him about that.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to dock him like at least a month's pay. Fine him 3 games.
The next 2 foils he gets, he can't trade to Brian Fred. Well.
I think Joe keeps his own foils.
I thought he said he gives them all to Fred.
I mean, at this point, who doesn't?
I mean, Fred gets them from everybody, but
he does. Okay, but U3PO on the field, again, we're going to see that drain blocked there. Bill might
Yep.
have an answer. I mean, again, he was telegraphing something there before Joe threw out the Shizor bounty. So whether that is a, say, like a sorry about the mess, the combo version, that might protect the U3PO. That might make that U3PO go lost. The other thing is Joe might have some sort of protection for the droid, whether that is an imbalanced combo or turn it off.
Or don't.
Or
Yeah. Shut it off.
That one.
Yeah, I mean, Bill's only activating 8.
Yeah.
Like
That's not a lot.
It's
And it looks like Joe is just circling or cycling that Force Lightning to check out what's in his force pile each turn. Okay, there's another docking base. So
oh, you mean he's not just playing like 20 of them?
I don't know. This is Joe.
Could be. I mean, they could be throwing down 9s right now.
Qui-Gon Jinn, Serene Jedi coming down, and there's a barrier.
And there's a barrier.
Let's see. Will we see another sense from Bill? Bill played a sense in game 1
with the
that was
shield out.
Quite, yeah, with his own shield out. Nope. Qui-Gon is barriered.
I think he's counting more on this agent's deck tends to play 2 or 3 senses.
Yeah.
And in a game where you just need to not lose by 21,
yeah,
doing 2 direct damage is solid.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And there's Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber. So Bill was able to get out his Camino system as well as the O2 site, the clone birthing center.
Yep. And it looks like Camino was out of hand, so he had to draw. Yeah. Might have been what he was drawing for last turn.
Now, unfortunately, Bill only has a 5-card hand here. Okay, Anakin will move over. U3PO is going to be stuck at that site as Joe has no force left after we saw him use the Shadows of the Empire to take a card out of his force pile and then use the barrier.
Yep. But he's still got a 12-card hand, and Qui-Gon's not alone, so he's not adding to the battle destinies.
No, but meditation is on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I could almost see Joe just moving him away and ping damage and maybe see if he can get a guy in space and
start draining for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you run the risk of like a drain of 3 there because it's -1 if Chewie, Leia, or Dash are not there.
Yeah, I mean...
But still, a drain of 3 is pretty good. Last time I checked.
I mean, it's already going to be a drain of 3. He's got 2 sabers there.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So it'd be a drain of 5, 4 if he gets Chewie or Leia there.
Yeah, and Justin's saying in the chat, if Joe can go wide with resistance, that wouldn't be a terrible play. I agree. I think Joe might want to start setting up a space.
That's the fist plus enough forfeit fodder to survive a Han Chewie Falcon.
Yeah, I mean,
surprise would be a solid, just to try and get that started, and then battle order and.
I mean, the only thing with that though is, if it's the fist up there at Coruscant, if you're Bill, you just go to Camino and drain for 2.
Yeah.
You don't worry about space. You fight on ground where you're a little bit stronger.
Now, that's what I'm saying is I don't think you go like 3 ships to Coruscant.
Yeah.
But I think the fist with enough fodder to at least initially survive a battle until Bill commits to Camino.
Mm-hmm. Now, the only thing is the fist is really good because, I mean, you're immune to attrition, less than 8? Yep. So even if Bill draws a 7 for Battle Destiny, he's not going to crack that thing.
Yeah. I mean, he would
need, like, Luke and Padme up there, or Luke or Leia and Padme. Especially
with Leia with gun. Oh. TacoBill with the surprise assault. That would be, I mean, in a deck that's probably running
Yeah.
7/7s. I could see
Yeah.
that. That'd be
That's a Mike Kessling, Brian Fred card, if there ever was one.
that would have been a spicy surprise though. Bill's now thrown out a couple of those
Yeah. I
tech
mean,
cards I don't think we were necessarily expecting, but
yeah.
I can look at it and be like, that's a good card.
Yeah. I'm kind of sad we haven't had any response, any like talk or anything from a lot of the new allies. Only Yoshi has been in the chat recently. It's mostly been like, oh, that's a good card for Joe. Greedo coming
That
down.
one's real good.
Dengar with gun. So that's a lot of guys and a lot of attrition from Joe. So with Joe on the subjective, Qui-Gon's immune.
Qui-Gon's immune. He's going to draw 2 with meditation, and they're each +1 with Anakin.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of guys and not a lot of power.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a simple tricks and nonsense. So I'm assuming that, Bill is going to be ready to possibly lose the Anakin here. I mean, if you're Bill, you hope to have, like, say, you want to have a blaster deflection. Heck, even a Jedi's concentration wouldn't be terrible right here.
Yeah. I think blaster deflection is probably a more reasonable card.
Yeah.
But yeah, and even Justin even pointed out he uses the med and then Qui-Gon brings it back. Like,
now he already did lose one Qui-Gon, so if hopefully he's
I don't think he's going to lose. I don't think he's going to lose Qui-Gon unless
Mara hits him.
He gets hits with Mara.
Yeah.
But if he uses the meditation here and draws 2 and then loses Anakin,
yeah.
Qui-Gon just deploys meditation from Lost. So, like, okay.
And Justin is pointing out in the chat, Joe searched out his deck because he had 2 bad destinies on top. Okay. Yep. Ooh, there's a disarmed. So Joe is playing disarmed in this deck. He really likes it.
Yep. And that just shot up.
Hit Anakin.
Anakin.
So now that Anakin's hit, Mara's going to be able to swing at Qui-Gon.
I think Mara could swing at Qui-Gon either way.
Yeah, I think she has to, but
because your total destiny's +5 there.
Well, it's just the attrition.
Or your attrition is +5.
Bill has a dodge. There's a good card.
You were losing Anakin no matter what.
Yep, there's a 1.
That dodge is big. Joe's got to draw like a 12 here.
Yeah.
Yep, that's not a 12. So.
Well, I mean, he would have just drawn 2 Emperors back to back. I mean, the only person that I know draws 2 6s back to back like that is Justin Desai. Because he talks about it on Holo Theater.
Yeah.
Okay. Joe draws a 2. It's going to be about 4 because of quiet.
4 because of quiet.
Yep.
So it's going to be 9 attrition. Ooh.
It's a 2. Nope. No
Jedi Levitation. No Jedi Lev.
Oh.
Ooh.
4. So Bill is going to be down by 3. Not terrible.
Certainly not ideal, but it also, honestly, the bigger thing is it only cost him. Yes. He only costs Joe 1 guy.
Yeah, that's
like you really wanted Joe to lose a lot more than just a Vigo there.
Yeah.
Because there's still a decent number of things you don't really want to see. Yeah, he shut down the Shizar's bounty retrieval, which is good.
Yeah.
But he does get to see his hand still.
Yep. And like you were saying, that's a lot of stuff that you don't want to see, because you don't want to see like our singlet blaster rifle. You don't want to see Cad Bane because he just cancels immunity, and you definitely don't want to see those disarmed.
Yeah.
Yep. Joe will play his Cower Shield, and Bill loses Levitation, Jedi Lightsaber, and Jyn Ursa. Levitation, another card that is just interesting.
Cancel
Silence is golden. Love it.
And
it's a Destiny 6. It's a Destiny 6.
Yeah, that's a solid card. Like, there's...
Yeah. Now, Bill will get the first action here in his control phase.
I think Disarmed is probably live for both of them.
Yeah. Justin saying there's too much trash in Bill's deck. I don't know what you're referring to. I mean, there's a lot of high Destiny cards.
I think he might subtly be saying things like levitation and surprise assault are not necessarily ideal builds, and I think he's got a point, but I do think, especially in a match play environment,
Joe's sitting at 30.
A blowout card can be very, very good.
Yeah, I agree. If surprise assault and levitation were Jedi Levs, I mean those. If Bill had those Jedi Levs there, and there's the disarm.
Yeah. Figured it's only a 4-card hand.
Never mind. He's got the Yoda Nestler combo.
Now, does he have a second disarmed?
I don't know. Or does he have the sense? Nope. Disarm goes to the lost pile. And he does have the second disarmed.
Yeah, the cancel disarmed is immune to sense anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I don't remember what every card is immune to a sense in this game. Do you?
No, but I just looked it up.
I'm not Bastion.
I looked it up because I wasn't sure either. I knew there were things that are immune to sense, but I wasn't sure of what all were.
Yep, there's meditation coming down. That's going to reduce that power at that site by 4. 3 disarmed. Yeah, and there he is, Luke Skywalker, the Rebellion's hope, not the last hope.
Yep.
But it's in front of U-3PO. Okay.
Well, I think he just wanted to retrieve with Yoda. He wanted to get Qui-Gon's saber back.
He's already lost one other Qui-Gon.
Yeah, he's probably running 3.
I hope. I mean, Qui-Gon is...
Qui-Gon's
he's such a good card in this deck.
Such a tank on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon runs away like a scared chicken.
Honestly, I think that's the right play, though. Like, right now...
Yeah,
U-3PO's blocking that drain, but...
And it's only a drain of 1.
Luke by himself is...
You can't leave Luke by himself. You can't leave...
Not good.
Qui-Gon by himself, even. And you need to have some more protection here. Joe sitting at 30 cards in Life Force. Bill sitting at 25. So, even though Bill has 10 cards in his lost pile, he's still not in a terrible situation here. Again, he only has to lose by 29. Or 19,
like if 19, he can
19.
He just drew a bunch there, so if he can get a ship to Camino, and just start draining, like.
But I mean, what ships does he have besides like R2 and Red 5 and Hunching? I'm assuming Hunching the Falcon, and
I assume an HCF and.
Yeah, but if you're Joe, you're just looking at that like, oh, that's a Drain 2 system. I could go there. I could do some damage.
Yeah. It's a little surprised Bill didn't throw out Battle Order there. There's another levitation.
Yeah. If he had the surprise assault and drew like 4 7s, that would have blew out Joe.
I mean, he's still got to average a 4, better than a 4 to do any damage there, and that's.
Yeah. I think it's possible.
Without
let's see. He has levitation in the deck, which is he has 2 of them, which is 2 6s. He's got R2 and Red 5s, which are 7s.
But those ones.
Yeah, those ones are
for the characters make it real tough if you don't have a Jedi Lev to make that combo work. And 3 disarm doesn't shock me because that dark side's going to run a lot of guys with guns.
Yeah.
And disarmed is so good.
Yes, it is. Surprised
because he's probably got P59 floating in there as well, at
P59
least.
Up there's Zuckus
probably Forlom with gun.
And Zuckus, there's Forlom with gun, and they're both at Camino. Hunching the Falcon doesn't really do anything against that ship.
Yeah, no, he's.
And unfortunately,
and I don't think.
I mean, he's got to have like Hunching the Falcon and another character, and then Hunching the Falcon. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm.
I mean, everybody. I'm assuming. I'm not going to assume
He
here or say
could
anything, but
just drop HCF and then
run
try
away.
and move them too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you can go to the Coruscant and start training there
Yeah,
and
but I
just
mean,
race
he's also got to worry about barrier.
barrier, he's got to worry about a lot of things.
Yeah, it's
It's going to be close. Yeah, I agree, Justin. It's going to be close.
yeah.
Joe drawing. Quick, who has the deck lists?
Yeah, Nate, I don't think this deck is running Tanev.
No.
Maybe a Corrin and you just dump Corrin on a ship there and
Yeah.
yeah, I mean Justin's saying the same thing,
Okay.
HCF,
HCF.
but if Joe's got a barrier, this could be bad.
Yeah. And action is on Bill. So
Oh,
no barrier.
no barrier.
Uh-oh. Joe is saying he clicked too
Uh-oh.
fast.
Okay.
Kit Fisto piloting a Red 5, just like in the movies.
Yeah.
I mean...
Go back to your stink bugs, Ryan. That's not a Nate, no reverts. Yeah,
I don't know.
I think Bill allows it because I think Joe would allow it.
Yeah.
But
okay,
like
hold on.
The gentlemanly play is
Wood Bastion. I think we all know.
I'll be honest, I don't know Bastion well enough. I don't think I've ever met Bastion. I think Johnny Chu would.
Well, that's because Johnny Chu is a respectable individual.
Yeah.
And
Johnny Chu is.
Bill is thinking about it.
I played against. He allowed it. Yep.
No,
I played against Benji early, and he didn't cut my deck, and I'm like, no, you should always cut.
Yeah.
Because you shouldn't trust anyone. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he offered me a cut. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't need a cut. There's no chance you're cheating. Your dad would not allow that to happen.
You know what? I love it. And Ryan's saying he's got stink bug.
Yeah, I saw that, and for a while, oh, yep.
Bill saying I prefer it didn't happen again. Ray coming down.
I think Bill might be saying that just because every time you start adding reverts and anything like that, you run the risk of.
And he's already playing a deck like this, where it's just like, come on. Yeah, I think he's got to stack up that Honchuing the Falcon with as much.
Yeah, he's got to throw enough forfeit fodder on there to survive this turn.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is Joe was saying he was typing and he got info, so Bill.
And Bill's saying.
I know
They're both being gentlemen, which, for someone like me who grew up playing in the Decipher era, where if you could get away with it, you did.
Yeah,
it's tough sometimes when you see that and be like, wow, everybody's being nice, but at the same time, like, this is why we still draw 50 plus players to Worlds.
Now with Sand, things are a little different because even though he doesn't have he's not going to get Destiny, he's going to get Destiny to Power, and with Yoda's Hut, that's pretty big.
Yeah. And Yoshi Sam saying that he's got to get 10 get 10 attrition.
Yeah.
To clear him, and that's
Boba Fett Bounty Hunter's not going to do anything there. That was the best scenario that Bill could go into with what transpired in that series of events there. So
yeah, like you can move the. I mean, you could stack enough guys in theory if Joe's hand is entirely characters, but
why would you? Yeah. I mean, the ship can only hold what?
It's more if you know you can get to the 10 right now.
Yeah.
And just take it down.
But how? Like I
don't. Oh yeah, because he's not flipped. Never mind.
Yeah, he's not flipped.
There's
Luke's
no chance.
on the field. Luke's at Coruscant chilling, drinking Mai Tais with Qui-Gon.
Yeah, Luke's just hanging out, and that's wow.
Yeah.
So Brian says, does he battle? Like he was thinking Bill would,
No.
and I don't think Bill does, but
No.
now the question is, does Joe?
I don't think so. Unless he could drop like a couple of ships up there. No.
Unless he can drop something else up there. No, actually, I think if he can't drop something else up there, you do. I think you battle so you can get out with just losing Forlom and Zuckuss. Because if Joe comes down with R2 and Red 5 and any pilot, or Bill comes down with any pilot, suddenly this gets a little dicey for Joe.
Okay. Bill lost
like if he doesn't have a defense.
I wonder what Justin's saying in the chat, so screaming no. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Nate, he doesn't get the battle destiny.
Yeah.
Because Zuckuss makes it 0. Bill should not battle there.
Yeah.
Because Bill's best case scenario is you don't lose Rey.
Yes.
Like when your best case scenario is maybe something bad doesn't happen.
Okay,
it's not a good battle.
Jabba space cruiser coming down.
Okay.
So that's going to bring the power up a little bit for Joe.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does Bill have a response here? Action is on Joe.
I'm still not entirely sure.
I wouldn't.
Unless Joe's got enough pilots to survive a possible rebeat, I'm not sure you battle.
I don't even think you're worried about I don't think you rebeat. I think if you're Bill, you just fly away to Coruscant.
Well, yeah, and that's no. If he battles and something goes poorly, you don't want to leave yourself open to just losing the game here.
Yeah.
Because if he takes you completely off Camino, if Joe gets taken off Camino and loses those 2 ships, that's game.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Bill's going to take a card off Sand. It's probably going to be another Rey. He's going to lose the Rey because, I mean, he's up by... So, power...
Yeah, he'll lose the Rey and replace it with
15.
Rey.
Yeah, he's up the... He gets another use power pool with that Rey, with the second Rey.
Yep.
I mean, if you're Bill, you're fine. Because now Cad Bane's sitting up on space.
Yep. And Bill taking advantage of Communing to pick the card he raised.
Yeah, and exactly. And those ships don't have the hyperspeed to go from Camino to Coruscant, whereas the HCF does.
Yeah. I mean, the HCF...
And now, oh my god. So Joe just passes the turn. Now, if Bill can go down with another character in the R2 and Red 5 here, then you might fight.
Yeah,
But he's got to start doing some damage to Joe.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure that just moving HCF isn't the play either way.
Yeah.
And...
Joe's sitting at 26.
Justin saying drain 3 times at Coruscant, it's basically over. Not exactly, because Joe's also got 8 cards in hand still to lose.
Coruscant is not a battleground.
It is once he moves there, though.
Yeah.
Well, you control it, gains an icon.
Yeah.
So, if he moves HCF there, it will be a battleground. Because, yeah, Joe's got 34 cards total right now to Bill's 28.
Yeah.
And he's actually doing damage compared to Bill, who's really not. But the thing is, if Bill moves HCF over and
I don't think
figures out some way to, either spread on Coruscant a little bit or, like he's got aim high and Joe's only got 8 guys in hand. Like if he could throw a couple guys at the sewer right now just to start potentially doing something, that wouldn't be a terrible thing.
Yeah. I mean, Bill's sitting in his control phase here.
Yeah.
Like you said, Bill's not in... Like I said, with Cad Bane up there, that's one of the things that you would get rid of Qui-Gon. I mean, Aura Singh is still definitely in play, but
Yeah.
Mara Jade is on the table. I mean, there's so much that. Yeah, and Hear Me Baby is such a good
Yeah.
card.
The hidden weapons, he must not be worried about hidden weapons, or he's running.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he's running two of them.
Yeah.
Brian, Insurrection's on table, so Ellis wasn't going to be
Yeah.
nearly as big as
That's what B Fred is saying. Ooh.
throwing down another battleground, and
Yep.
it's one.
Yeah, it's a good one too. And there's Kit Fisto.
Yep.
Now
A little more card cycling as well.
Yeah, and Odin Nestler's on Bill or Joe's grabber. Joe said,
Yeah.
Justin saying no in the chat.
And there's Brian.
Here's the thing, though. Yeah, I can see this because if Joe can overtake that site, that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, it's a drain -1. So, I mean, it's a drain of 1 if Joe takes it over.
And it looks like Bill's just going to... Okay, he is still in his deploy phase here.
Yep. Cycling with Kit to see if he can get... Yeah. He knew what was in his reserve, so... Might have been hoping to get what he wants.
Yeah, B. Fred is saying there's no Boss Nash Chamber in the deck. So we do have a man on the inside. And there is the Han chewing the Falcon, making the run. Making the run to Coruscant.
Show up.
I know. Like, we asked for one, and we get King new ally.
Yeah.
I know Greg is in the chat. Like, he's watching still, but he's being very quiet. Maybe he's with the family. Okay, there's the Bith Shuffle.
Which I don't hate, just to, I think if he knew Joe's tracking a 5, that's what it takes to knock out Kit.
Yeah. No, it's more than that.
Well, oh yeah, he's got to hit a Yoda because of Yoda's hut, so I don't think he's got a 7 he was tracking around.
Yeah. I mean, Yoda's hut is so good.
Yeah. Although if he's not worried about the 7, I feel like keeping that for a barrier canceller might be better.
Yeah.
Justin,
these cards have text.
These cards have text. Yeah.
Which game text are you referring to, Justin?
Pretty sure it was the cancel barrier text. Yeah. I'm not a 3-time world champ, but yeah.
And Hear Me Baby, yeah.
Yeah, the Hear Me Baby actually I think might have been bigger.
Yeah, with the fact that I know Jeff Levine likes to run hidden weapons in his deck. Okay, loses Clash of Sabers.
Which makes sense because he doesn't have any sabers on the table.
And a Luke Skywalker V, so he's playing Luke and Rebellion's Hope Luke. Interesting.
That makes sense. When you need to battle in space, you want Rebellion's Hope, Luke. But if you've just got space because they're running a low space deck, you just sit and retrieve, and you're happy with that.
Yeah. And there goes Mace Windu to the lost pile.
And Bill saying, or Brian Fred saying, yeah, he didn't grab barriers. And Joe's definitely sitting on at least one, but
yeah.
I guess I'm not as sure that barriers are that big of a deal.
I don't know what you would grab if you're Bill.
Besides I don't think barrier is the card you're worried about, though, because you're not... You don't... Bill doesn't want to be going in and initiating battles right now.
No.
Like, there's no reason to... Yeah, and Justin, you just grab whatever to subtract 1 from Life Force, and I think that's actually a bigger issue right now for Bill, is I think he's just happy saying, all right, well, it's 1 less card you have. Because currently he's actually now out damaging.
Yeah.
4 to 3. That's gonna...
Yeah, but Joe has 8 cards in his hand, so it's going to take a couple turns to get down some of the cards in the life force.
Yep.
So Bill has to.
See, Justin, Brian, I don't think you should have grabbed barrier.
Okay.
The one time he played
Here we
barrier,
go.
I don't think it was that
Aura Sync with Blaster Rifle
impactful.
coming down. I don't know.
I'm not actually sure that Bill hates that.
I think he hates this though. The IG-88 with Riot Gun.
I don't think so, because if he riot guns to capture Luke, then you meditation to add a battle destiny.
Well, the other thing is that's going to cause a ping of point damage, or a point of ping damage here with the Shadows ping.
The Shadows ping, it'll.
Yeah, but I mean, Joe's also drawing a card into his hand, so he's losing life force. But at the same time, he's at 25, so he's still at 25.
Yeah, he's got force right now, but he's closer into the danger zone than I think.
Greg Shaw finally joining us in the chat. He says Dr. Dre would be really bad right here.
Yeah. Iggy to grab Luke, and then Dre to
kick the crap out of, well,
murder Qui-Gon. Well, you just murder Qui-Gon, honestly. Like, you don't give him a chance to free anybody. You just take your drain of 4, and I mean, I'm not sure that that's even all that impactful, though.
Yep, there he is. There's the doctor.
Like, all right, so he takes over that site and I guess he gets a drain of 4, and he moves
the other thing is,
over to
so if you can
ping
hit,
for 2.
If you hit Qui-Gon, though, you could beat down on Luke. Because Joe's getting 2 Destiny here, and I think that's what he's doing. Okay, and there's the Blaster Reflection.
All right. Now, I think you capture Luke? Maybe?
Oh, that's right. Now I know why half of Philadelphia isn't watching this game right now. The Phillies are on right now. How much are they down by?
I do think Nate is right, though. If he'd have made that lost and had Aura shoot either Iggy or Dre, that could have been...
Yep, that's not going to quite...
Could have been bad.
Not going to capture Luke.
That's going to miss Luke, too, though. That's... So I feel like Bill might be sitting on his other Qui-Gon. Like, eventually he would have drawn into it.
Like I said, he's lost one. Greg is clearly upset with me. He's saying that the Phillies are up 2-0. Is it... I'm not watching. I'm commentating on your teammate here. I don't think you said.
I think capture Luke would have been better if he just added one with Qui-Gon, so I don't think he's going to sand.
He's not going to sand.
Capturing Luke would have been good if he had a way to get rid of.
He puts Walkling out of play. Now again, he used the Yoda once per game though.
To get back.
Fall of a Jedi, just putting the 6-pack.
Fall of a Legend seems like I mean, I get in the 6-pack is nice, and maybe he's tracking something to have there.
But what? Okay, Joe draws a 5. That's going to begin with 12.
And Joe's drawing 2. He's drawing an 8.
So, I think that gets rid of. Yep, that's Qui-Gon at least.
Well, I mean, Qui-Gon's fully immune.
Oh, here we go. 7, number 1. And a 5.
So 12 is everybody there.
That's everybody.
I think if Bill's got backup, I think he just loses Qui-Gon here.
Yeah. You can't lose Luke, because then you would be doing 1 point of ping, another point of damage.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you just lose. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Because, like, he subtracted 2 from with Yoda's Hut, so, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Qui-Gon forfeits for 8, so.
Yeah. So you just lose.
The 8 was fine.
He loses Luke. Maybe he has a second Luke.
And maybe he does.
Yeah. Or maybe he doesn't care about the ping damage. Unita. Yeah, Unita would be good here.
Except he lost meditation right on top of it, so.
Yeah. Oh,
or did he forget meditation?
You can use communing to put the meditation on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'd have gotten there eventually.
Greg got us there.
That's Greg, pay attention to the Phillies game. Stop making us look bad.
Yeah, your job is to pay attention to the Phillies.
Yes.
He already shadows this term. Commercial break. What's more important, this game or the Phillies?
He's
okay. So Joe
probably the Phillies. He's right now. Bill's just trying to listen for trash cans banging. 24. So.
Actually, the most important game is the game that Greg has to play against Paul Myers.
Yeah, that one will be an interesting.
Okay, so Shizor, Marjade, and Greedo slide over.
And he lost the meditation, so it's not quite as impactful to do the all right. Well, I'll draw +2 or whatever.
He can move it with the communing epic event. He can't get it back with Qui-Gon. He already did that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand the Walkling play there either.
Yeah.
Justin?
Greg, I'm just going to keep talking trash on the Phillies so they win. Yeah, you got to think he's got like another Luke or something.
Yeah, so he activated everything.
Put the Luke with Kit Fisto.
Yeah. I think you
he wants to
try and get 11. As much away from... Well, so he's...
Interesting.
Wants to draw into that 7/6, I guess.
Maybe? I don't know. No reverts. Yeah. I mean, Joe got a revert. Why can't Bill get a free revert?
Yeah. Joe got a much more impactful revert than a... Hey, I wanted to activate one less.
Okay, here we go. Drain for 2 at Coruscant. Joe sitting at 20.
Joe's got to come out of hand.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's sitting at 23 in Life Force right now.
Yeah.
Counter Assault
basically, at this point, if Bill can get 3 turns through of just those drains of 4, that's the ball game.
Yeah, and the thing is, Bill can easily just move Qui-Gon to the sewer and force Joe to come down and chase.
Yeah, and I think that's what you do here. You just
Assault is gone. Yeah. Joe looking at his Life Force, looking at his hand, determining what he wants to lose. He's going to lose another Gick. And he loses from Life Force, bringing him down to 22. And I don't think this Agents of Black Sun really has a lot of any retrieval outside of Shizor's bounty.
Yeah, I think Shizor's bounty is about the only...
Yeah.
And maybe a first strike to try and take advantage of a, like, Boba Fett beatdown, but that's not going to be a...
Joe, doing it again! He's like, I have control phase actions.
I think he's still in control.
Yeah, he's still in control.
So Joe used... Bill used...
he draws a card with
Communing.
Yeah, but he
did not commune back a...
yeah, he didn't put
to get back Luke.
Yeah, he did not put the meditation back onto... or down to the bottom of his lost pile. Interesting.
Because, he's not used the Yoda retrieval yet, correct?
Doesn't need it.
Why.
He's got Master Luke.
There was the other Luke.
Third different Luke of the deck. Brian Fred, please tell me you built him this deck, because holy crap,
I think he was just... I think he was terrified that, Batmouse got to Joe and he was going to bust out Abyss. I think that's what it was.
I mean, to be fair, Batmouse is on, like, everybody's team.
Yeah. Because Batmouse promises everybody barbecue.
And he has yet to fulfill any of those promises.
Yeah. That's...
So Anakin's
I think we should call him out publicly.
I just did. Batmouse, make
maybe
us
on
barbecue.
Some sort of Twitch stream. Yeah, that's... So I think you just move Qui-Gon over, like...
Yeah,
take the drain of 4 and be fine with that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure... I I'll be honest, I don't necessarily love not just putting Master Luke over with Kit and calling it good.
Yeah, a little bit more protection because you got to like I don't know if Bill is playing Hojix or not, but I mean
Yeah,
getting the meditation would have been back onto Qui-Gon would have been really nice.
I mean, he already deployed meditation once, so he wasn't getting it back onto Qui-Gon.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just moving Qui-Gon over, and
U3PO follows like the
which is
annoying.
fine. It's
U3PO is like the annoying little brother. He moves the Han
oh,
Chewie Falcon back. I don't know if I like that. I don't like
unless
that.
he's got some sort of spiral,
Spiral.
that'd be a terrible.
Yeah. The chat. Bill, what are you
Everybody's
doing?
like, Bill! Bill's gonna watch this on YouTube
Everybody-
tomorrow and just hate us
Everybody
all.
just message Bill saying, "What the heck, Bill? You're pulling a Shaw."
Yeah.
Greg, I love you, man. Collusion.
Collusion, yeah.
I'll tell you what, the chat has been great tonight. Thank you. Oh no.
Yeah. Actually, there's the grab on Utaguta, yeah.
Pulling a shot.
Poor Greg. At least he's got a Phillies lead to console him. It's not going to be a win, but he's got a lead right now.
I'm glad to see that Justin appreciated the comment. I mean, the grabbing the Utagota solo there does get a card out of Joe's Life Force. He's sitting at 21, which is good. And being that Bill is now draining for 2.
Yeah.
Greg. Okay, Greg. Like I said, I'll keep it coming. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, I mean,
I don't understand the HCF back.
So the thing is, I mean, you take a card off the sand, you get a free pull with Ray because you're probably going to lose this Ray. Get another Ray onto the Falcon, move it back. So it does block
but
one turn of drains. But at the same
but
time,
you don't care about that turn of drains.
You don't care about that because then if you lose, if you're Bill and you cause 4 points of damage, that brings Joe down to 22 hand in life.
Yeah. Did he retrieve a levitation somewhere that I missed, or is he running?
No clue. He's running 3.
3 of them.
And Joe even asks him.
Joe's asking the same question.
Holy crap!
Okay, so Bill was very scared. I mean,
he was very
levitation
very scared.
Can duplicate as a way to pull.
Yeah.
It can be a 3PO puller. It's not an effective one, but it is a 3PO puller.
Levitation homes.
Brian said Justin made him do it.
This was respectful to the game. It's Bill Kafer.
I mean, if he's that worried about the silences golden decks, that's...
Can we just nerf them, like, right now, in between the top 6 to the top 4? Just be like, ban silences golden, blanket, do something, because the card is just so bad for the game.
Yeah.
Uh-oh,
all right, so
here we go. Django Fett.
So he's getting an extra destiny with whoever he puts down there.
And he's going to exchange.
And went and grabbed
probably RS
Boba Fett Bounty Hunter.
No, he puts Boba Fett into the deck to grab RS Singh. So now he's going to get 2 Battle Destiny here. However, he's only got 2 Force saved. So
yeah, and Bill's already blaster deflectioned.
Not only that, so you can't shoot.
Once.
You can't shoot. You're only going to get 1 Destiny because sand is on the table. I mean, are you just going to sit them there and just be like, I passed turn?
I think he is. I think he's just sitting in there for the moment. And
because, I mean, yeah, Bill's not doing any damage right now. And that's what it does, yeah. Yeah, he passes. Now, Bill has an 8-card hand. So if he can, and I'm trying to think what else he's got. Like maybe he's got like Leia with blaster. Like if he's got Leia
I mean,
and a
a sorry
gun,
about the mess for U3PO would be
huge.
actually kind of obnoxious here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I gotta think he might just move HCF back. Like
Why not? Like
again, I think
Greg's just
Chad
said
had
it
it
in the
right.
chat. Falcon walk of shame.
I think the chat had it right though. Bill made that move as I need to win this game, and he doesn't need to win the game. He just needs to lose by less than 20. So trading
This is just showing
drains of 2 is
Bill is not experienced.
great for him.
Bill is not experienced with match play. That's what it comes down to.
Or Bill's drunk.
Why not both?
Also very possible. Yeah, like so.
Yeah.
He's actually watching the Phillies game, and every time the Phillies cheat, he's
there's a sorry
taking a
about
shot.
The
so, and it non-combo, so I don't think
nope,
Joe can do anything about it.
You can sense it.
But yeah, but then you lose 3 cards. You lose 2 plus the sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to lose 3 to the drain or 3 to the sense. And if you sense it, it just goes to use to get Kit Fistoed back. All right.
Okay, draws a 6 off the top. So Joe was tracking for something, but now he's got to lose 2. Do you lose from hand or do you lose from deck? And
I think you got to lose from hand.
Loses from hand. There goes his no escape and a Palpatine. So Joe just lost 3 cards to that, bringing him down to 20. So
he's literally only got 20 cards left in.
Yeah, he's at 21.
He's only got 21 life force left.
Joe called it.
That's a. He's got to have a way to make Kit not get murdered next turn.
Yeah. Well, I mean.
But I don't think Kit gets. I mean, yeah, the power's pretty close. Yeah. Even you hit him and make him forfeit 0, maybe you peel a couple, but.
Yeah, all I know is the Falcon just needs to move back to Coruscant like a drunk college girl.
Yeah, no, it definitely needs to. Falcon needs to make that walk of shame.
Yeah. Nope. Doesn't need to.
Okay. Or we're gonna.
Or you go down with spice. Barrier.
Barrier is fine. I mean,
okay,
I guess it cancels the drain, but like I said, I don't know why you don't want to just take the drain back and call it good.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, Joe is sitting. Here's the thing, though. Joe's sitting at 21.
Yeah.
No shuffle from Bill.
Yeah, well, because he just sent it to use willy-nilly.
Yeah, a couple turns ago, yeah. Now, the thing is, Joe can't run away. And Bill is actually getting 2 Destiny there because that's Princess Leia, and she adds with Han.
Yep.
So it's 2 Destiny to 2, and he's getting a Destiny to power.
Yeah, but
so
Joe's also getting 2 Destiny.
No. After what I've seen tonight, B-Fred, no.
Oh, no, I don't think he's getting that mess back. Honestly, I'm not sure he... Well, he's got to carry. He's got to cause 1 more force loss.
Yeah. No, he's got to cost 2.
Well, right now he's well ahead in loss piles.
Well, true.
Because loss pile was, I think, 31 and 15.
Just to be safe.
But, like, if he can cause him... Because, like, at this point, Joe can shadows to cost him 1.
He's gonna lose 3 damage here.
But yeah, that's
yeah. Now Joe is at 20 life force.
Yeah.
So I mean, Bill's gonna lose 3 here, and like you said, Joe is. He was down by 23 in life force last turn. He's currently, so Bill is still up by quite a bit on life force.
I'm actually almost a little surprised if he had that X-Wing cannon in hand. He didn't throw it down.
And then blast out that Zuckuss Emissar. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just because you knock that down, although maybe that's one he just drew.
Could be.
So
I think if with Bill though, with Joe's at 20, you're still up by lost piles. I think
I almost think you just
got it.
Draw if you.
He can't, but I mean, if you're Joe.
Well, you got to cause 1 damage somewhere.
Okay, so Joe goes down with Afra.
Yep.
He's going to get Retrieve. He gets IG-88 back. Interesting.
Yep. But IG-88, now you know he can't use that. Like, so, again, Bill can just activate and draw.
Yeah.
Because he can't get that IG back in.
Yeah, IG-88 to... Okay,
okay.
So, but if you're Bill, you just sand.
Now you just sand and call it a day.
Yeah.
You sand, you lose Ray, and you redeploy Ray.
Not even. Like, Joe would have...
Or you just move away.
No, you sand, and then you use Yoda Hut to reduce it. Joe's going to, at most, draw a 6. It's reduced down to a 4.
Yeah, but R2's got no immunity
R2,
without Luke piloting.
So, yeah, you lose Ray. You put Ray back on. Yeah.
Like...
I saw a Rebel icon.
Really, does Bill have anything to go at Afra? He's got 4 cards in hand.
Possibly.
And 9, 4. Okay, so 6. He's not activating all of it.
No.
He's got to be able to come at Afra with enough to cause some force loss or...
Mace.
Yeah.
Anakin's on sand.
Yep.
And Joe Joe has no cards in hand. So he has no protection. He's flying blind at this point. We saw he did lose 2 Gix earlier. So Joe is hoping, praying he's got nothing in his no characters in his hand that he can throw down.
Yeah, Brian, he just lost the X-Wing gun.
Yeah.
He's...
I think if Bill can throw a character down in front of Afra, Joe concedes.
Like I said, I don't even think he needs to throw a character down in front of Afra. I think you just move.
Yeah. No. Because now you fight.
Yeah.
You're going to cause damage. She's only 4... Yep. Bill wins. Joe concedes.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, Afra's forfeits for 3. You might not actually cause overflow there, but...
You would have to...
You just move
I was going to say, as long as you draw... You have to draw 4. That's it.
Yeah, you have to draw 4. But you don't necessarily care if you do. Like, you're not causing... You don't care if you cause overflow there. That was more get rid of that drain and get rid of Afra so he can't come back at you.
So, checking on our bracket really quick.
Run away.
All jokes aside, Bill Kafer moves on to the top 4. Taking down Matt Harrison Trainer and Joe Olson. Bill will face off against the winner of Bastion and Mike. Upset special. Bill Kafer. So, congrats to Bill. Joe, you played really well against Steve. Congrats on your top 8.
And it looks like George Mason, as an 11 seed, was the lowest seed to ever make the Final 4.
Yeah.
So, I think we're going to start calling Bill...
George Mason.
George Mason Kafer.
Yeah.
See how long this run can get there for him.
Okay, so they're finally updated. Let's check on and see who is leading right now. Ed Sheehan, Wend, and myself in the top 3 positions. It looks like between the 3 of us and then whoever is retirement is for suckers, the top 4, we have the highest chances of actually
pulling it out.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had an MHT Joe Olson Final 4 on that bracket. So,
oops.
I'm pretty sure Bill just single-handedly took me out of the running for this.
You couldn't do that because MHT would face off against Joe in this round.
Well, as I said, I think I had... Oh, yeah, good point. No, I had MHT winning it, so... I was pretty much dead from
Bill
round 1 because of Bill.
Crushed your hopes and dreams. So that's all we have for tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll have more OCS stuff coming to you on Friday when we have Mike Kessling versus Bastion Winklehouse. So make sure you guys stay tuned to that. We'll see who's going to stream that one. I believe nobody is streaming it right now. So until then, everybody take care. You guys, it was a pleasure. And yep, take care. Enjoy the evening, and we'll see you guys later.
See y'all later.